Hey guys, Alex from 7th Hour Films back again with Star Wars Visions. Last time on Star Wars Visions, we had The Elder, where a Jedi and his Padawan went to this planet, found this Sith-looking dude, fought him, killed him, and then that was that. It really was that, wasn't it? It was a good episode. It was interesting. I liked it. Good fight, but still. Sometimes there's just not a lot to say when you're recapping the last episode, especially because it plays no matter into this episode, so yeah. So let's just go ahead and jump right into the next episode of Star Wars Visions. Here we go. Geno Studio presents Lop Ochō. Oh god. Oh. That CG, though, that messed with me, man. I was not prepared for CG.
Natural resources. Imperial industry has proven to be detrimental to Tao's natural environment. Richly steeped in nature and tradition, the people of Tao grow increasingly frustrated by Imperial oppression.
Okay. There's a bunny girl. She is a literal anime bunny girl.
You can join our family. We have lots of food. You can eat as much as you want.
Ochō, you cannot say these things out loud, and certainly not to a strange child from another planet. Leave the poor thing alone.
Oh, yeah? And here I thought that everyone likes to go on about how Box Yasuburo always does the right thing. Besides, I can tell by looking at her that she's a good kid, right? Let's go. Come on.
Okay, well, sir, you've just adopted a new daughter.
Dank Ferrick, look what you've done.
Dank
It would
Ferrick.
be disgraceful
I haven't
for
heard
you
that
not
in a
to
while.
invite her now we're going to make sure you're cleaned up and well fed. So smile.
Yay. Droid's been able to do that this whole time.
With a little time, we are going to become a proper family.
Yay. 7 years later. Glad I didn't miss that.
Where is my sister?
Oh, she's got a scouter. That's awesome. Gotta find out about them power levels.
What happened? Ochō! And you too, Father, please stop! There's no reason for you both to fight!
Enough! This is a problem for the head of the family. You should remain silent.
Then allow me to make myself clear as the next head of family.
Ooh.
Papa, your stubborn opposition to development is just wrong! We need the Empire to provide growth and prosperity for our future!
We've lived a long time without
Okay.
any assistance from the Republic.
I get it, you know? I love this planet. And I love Papa, too. And as his heir, that's exactly why I have to turn to the Empire. For the sake of our future. Papa doesn't get it. But leave it to me.
I mean,
I know how to take care of the household.
she's technically not wrong.
I've been waiting for you, Ochō. There you are.
Okay, now you're wrong. Do not trust this man.
Imperial officer?
We were aware of Yasuburo's terrorist plans, but we wanted to avoid escalation. So
This
we called
dude
Ochō here to help
is
us out.
so evil.
She's sensible.
No, wait! Think about this, Ochō! You know it would break Father's heart! This isn't the way to do this!
Who just smears blood? Ah. Oh, that's a nice hairdo, at least. It's time to leave now. Well, this sucks. The hell? What do we do now? Ah! Is it a lightsaber? It's a lightsaber. I thought we were gonna go an episode without a lightsaber. Whoa.
Hundreds of years ago now, there was a great warrior called a Jedi who came to this planet and died here. But first, he entrusted this treasured sword to our ancestor.
Oh.
Through his teachings, this ancestor was taught how to wield the blade And ever since, both it and those techniques have been passed down for generations.
Huh.
As it is bestowed upon you, remember that even though we are not bound by blood, you and I share a strong connection. I am your father, and that bond cannot be broken. We'll support each other for as long as we are able to. Bear this in mind, and keep this sword close to your heart. Whenever you're ready. Now take it.
Man.
Say respectfully accept.
Such a difference in these after 7
respectfully
years.
I know that Ochō loves you, Father. She told me so herself.
I'm glad to hear that.
I don't think he's gonna make it, though. Whoa. That is an amazing shot. Wow! That's an interesting route. Oh, she's Mary Poppins, y'all. Oh! Those weapons, though. Oh, she's got an Imperial suit. Ah!
I had to! You left me no choice! And I'll do what I must to protect our home, even if that means I have to hurt you, Papa!
Oh no! Father, are you okay? Say something!
It's no good.
Oh.
I just lost my one good eye.
Oh, dang it!
Now I won't be able to see your faces.
That's just so inconvenient.
And if you're together, we can protect our homeland.
What are you talking about? You know I can't turn back now! It's too late!
Ah! Ah!
That's the family sword.
Whoa.
What are you doing with that? I'm the successor!
Bruh.
Inheritance has nothing to do with blood. There is so much that matters more.
You have failed. I love the design of that blade.
Don't be ridiculous.
Ah!
But it's family!
She's really just lost it, hasn't she? Oh no, TD.
I'll bring
Ah!
you back!
Ah! She's beginning to believe.
Won't give up!
Ah! Oh, the morning is beautiful. Ah, the Force! Ah! Oh, God! Marty McFly! Must be a pretty strong uniform she has.
With a little time.
We're gonna become a proper family.
Don't just... that's over. What a downer. Jeez, alright. Alright, it's just Imperial Officer. Alright. Well, that was a downer. Alrighty. Okay. Well, time to look things up, I guess. Let me move this over for a sec. So is it Geno Studio? Let's see. Wow, they really don't have a lot, do they? Nope. In fact, they have all of maybe 4 things, including Star Wars Visions. So, okay. Guess I don't recognize this. Alright. So, let me look up the names. So we've got Anna Cathcart, who voices Lop. Let's see. Nope, don't recognize her. Good voice. Good voice, I will at least say that. Alright, we've got Romy Dames. Might not be how you say that. Who played Ocho. Let's see if we get anything else. No. Wait, what the? First off, this filmography is backwards, which is infuriating. It also doesn't include Star Wars Visions, which is... I am on the same person, right? Yeah. She was apparently on Bill Nye the Science Guy back in the day. Interesting. Okay, Paul Nakayuchi? I apologize if I butcher these names. Paul Nakauchi, I would imagine, is how you say that. Okay, so let's see. Oh, well, here's something. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, okay, that's interesting. That's very interesting. So, the guy that plays Yasaburo, he played Watsuri in Death Note, but in the Death Note live action movie, not the anime. That's kind of funny. That's kind of funny. Oh, he also voices Sifo Dyas in the Clone Wars. Oh, that's pretty cool. He also voiced one of the characters in the English dub of Squid Game. I have not watched Squid Game. Is Squid Game any good? Should I react to that maybe? I don't know. He has also got a bunch of video games on here. I don't think there's anything... No, nothing really I recognize, but... Okay, interesting stuff. Oh, I guess there's also the Imperial Officer we should look up, which is Kyle McCarley. Kyle... Or McCarley, because there's an extra E in there. Let's see what we get on this guy. Oh, okay. So I saw on here JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. He played Mark in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Correct me if I'm wrong. I do believe that is Caesar's Nazi friend Mark, who ended up being cut in half basically by Wamo. Unless it's a different Mark. I don't think so. No, because there's... On here, it also says JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Golden Wind as Narancia Girga? I don't know. I haven't gotten to Golden Wind yet. That seems to be... It seems to be everything from him. Okay. Okay, so not a lot of recognizing going on today, but that's okay. That is okay. That is okay, Ocho. You know, it's not okay, Ocho. Like almost everything Ocho did. Man, that was like a Greek tragedy I just witnessed. Like that was sad, honestly. Like back in the day, there's this little bunny girl who is an imperial laborer, and as some people would say, an indentured servant, but I think that's putting it mildly, to say the least. So yeah, there was this bunny girl. She met a Ochō and her dad. Ochō took her in against her father's wishes. 7 years later, Ochō has gone mad and has... It's not just that she's fallen to the Empire. It looks like she's fallen to the dark side and is fully willing to kill her father and sister. And by the end of the episode, nothing's really changed about that. That's, honestly, this feels like some sort of weird Shakespearean tragedy I just witnessed, you know? But alright, so, I mean, the big thing about this episode is imperialism versus tradition, progress versus tradition, which is an interesting topic, you know. I don't know. It's interesting to sort of talk about this, because, I mean, this almost is political, basically, you know, and I guess you could say maybe it's a difference of liberalism versus conservatism, although I feel like it's a bit different here. It's not just a straight, you know, liberal conservative allegory or anything, especially I don't think this is supposed to be any like allegory for the US or anything specific, but I mean, this is certainly something that has been going on for hundreds of years, I would say, you know, and I definitely feel like this is obviously more mirroring Japan than anywhere else. But it's very interesting, you know, the sort of imperialism. I would imagine the empire being more of, you know, America or just Western culture that, you know, would begin to seep into Japanese culture, which is interesting. And you kind of think like, okay, well, what's the answer? Is there an answer? Which, I mean, in a lot of political debates, you could almost argue, well, is there an answer? You know, but if it's the sake of tradition versus progress, or in this case, imperialism, you know, she's going with the empire because it will bring progress. It will help this world. Whereas, because that's the thing, is that it's not that she's like, no, let's all become space Nazis or whatever. And it's like, it's not that. But her dad is also not quite on the whole, like, no, it's tradition and nothing else but tradition, you know? Because he's more saying that it's like, well, yes, our traditions are very important, but at the same time, yes, there can be progress, there can be change, and that, you know, that it's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's how you go about that. And the Empire is not for that. The Empire is not here for us to progress and evolve. The Empire is here to rule us, you know? Which you could also then get into the argument of assimilation, you know? Is this assimilation or is this not, you know? So it's a very interesting argument. I like that, you know, it's not just a cut and dry in this episode. It is very much a... it's very layered, you know, like, it's, you know, sticking up with your traditions, but also, if you're going to do progress, don't go with, you know, the Empire, who's only bringing progress in the name of conquest and, you know, rule and everything. And her thing is more, you know, less, you know, like, it, again, less, you know, rule and conquering, and they're so much better than we are, or superiority or anything like that. And it's more of, no, we need to help, you know, we need to help this world, we need to help our people, we need to advance as a civilization. So I like that. I like that it's very layered in the argument. And honestly, it probably is a good thing that at the end of the episode, there is no definitive answer, really. Like, I mean, yes, they do sort of paint it as, well, she's gone bad and, you know, Lop is our hero and stuff like that. But at the same time, you understand why she's fallen, you know? You understand why she's become this sort of person, basically. And I like that. I like that the story, while yes, you know, they do make it to where it's like, you know, there's such a stark difference between, you know, where we see Ochō at the beginning of the episode, where she's this, you know, happy-go-lucky kid taking in a sister, and now where she's, you know, this sort of, you almost see her as this sort of ruthless, you know, willing to hurt her family and kill her father and her sister in the name of progress and stuff. They want that definite stark contrast between the two versions of Ochō, but at the same time they do present it to where you can understand her, you know? You can understand where Ochō is coming from, and especially too because she also, you know, at the end when she says, "Oh, but I'm the successor, I should be getting the sword," that does mean that she's not abandoning tradition, you know? She's not abandoning tradition, it's just that her progress is from the Empire, which would abandon tradition. You know, it's that she has good intentions, but the way she's going about it and supporting the Empire, that ain't it, Chief, you know? That ain't it, basically. So yeah, very, very interesting stuff here. With Ochō and everything, and Lop kind of being caught in the middle of it. This cute little bunny girl being caught in the middle of tradition versus imperialism. Like, look, this cute little bunny girl, she just wanted a bite to eat, and suddenly she's in the middle of all this. She's a Jedi or something. But these definitely play fast and loose with what can be a Jedi, you know? Like, you'll get some, like, last episode where it was just a traditional, you know, master and apprentice and stuff. But then you get, like, in the Ninth Jedi, where it's like, Kara, it's like, okay, this is, you know, if you want to talk about, you know, people, and I hate to bring this up, because I hate the idea of even sparking this in the comment section, but, you know, everyone thought Rey was a fucking Mary Sue when she fought Kylo Ren, and it's like, oh, she had no training and blah 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 and stuff, and it's like, well, you know, you can sort of be like, well, okay, well, she was a scavenger, she probably knows how to fight. Should she be that great? Well, maybe not, but she should have some skills. She can adapt to a lightsaber, and Kylo Ren fucking got shot, you know? But you can go into all of that. But some of this is like, okay, well, I guess in the Ninth Jedi, I guess Kara may have been training a bit, but she's taking on fucking Sith left and right. Same thing here. It's like, you know, Lop, who I don't know how much weapon training she had, especially if she wasn't originally supposed to be the successor. Would she have had that much training, you know, even just with stick fighting, you know? And meanwhile, Ochō probably has had some training for when she would have inherited the lightsaber. So, but here comes Lop. She's got the sword. She's kicking ass. She uses the Force. She doesn't know what the hell the Force is, but she uses the Force and, you know, pretty much defeats Ochō. And it's like, well, geez, I guess anyone can be a Jedi. Like, I don't know. Like, if you want to say it's like, well, you know, she's a bunny, so she's acrobatic. I mean, I watch My Hero Academia. Fucking bunnies kick ass. Are you kidding me? Fucking bunny girls, you know? Like, I don't know. I watched, like, Bunny Girl Senpai. I didn't think she could kick ass, but who knows? Maybe. If you give Mai-san a stick, will she start beating the shit out of people? Maybe. Who knows? But yeah, I don't know. I just find that, and obviously because they don't have an entire, you know, show or movie to show how, you know, she had all these skills and stuff. It's like, it's such a short episode, short story, that's like, well, she can fight now. And it's like, you just sort of forget about it, basically. But it was sort of the same thing in the Ninth Jedi, where it's like, damn, Kara is fucking kicking ass, and it's like, is she that good? It's like, oh, I guess she is. Like, okay, if you say so. It's like, well, is Lop that good? I don't know. She's a bunny, I guess. But I guess it's one of those things, like, if you stop and think about it too much, it's not gonna work, you know. Especially when it's like, well, but Ochō probably has been doing more training and stuff if she was going to inherit it originally, and I don't know. But yeah, it just that stark contrast between the two times for Ochō is just very interesting, you know? Just the fact that she's like this happy-go-lucky girl and then to see her, do the. I know this is a thing in Japan, but the first time I ever saw this was on Avatar when Zuko and Iroh cut off their ponytails, and it's like, oh shit, she's basically renouncing the house and stuff, which is interesting that she cuts her ponytail, which means I assume that she's renouncing all of that to join the Empire. The blood on the eyes was I thought that was a little over the top, but whatever. But she cuts her hair to do that, and then she still is like, oh, but the sword belongs to me. I'm the successor, And just that whole thing of like, oh, you're not even actually part of this family. It's like, bitch, you're the one that wanted her to be here, You're the one that took in the stray bunny, Like, don't even, you imperial bitch. Like, ugh, But I mean, that's the thing, is that she had lost her way, She had lost her way, definitely. God, that Imperial officer looked so evil. Like, that was hilarious how evil that guy looked. Like, that was crazy. And then we had the fight. I will say, again, the design of the lightsaber I thought was pretty cool. Of course, again, I was going through this like, oh, maybe we're not going to get, any Jedi things. Like, none of them really seem to be Jedi, so maybe we're not going to get that this time around. But no, we did get a lightsaber. We were almost there. Which, does that mean has every single episode had a lightsaber fight? Yes, no, yes, 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 and yes, so far. We'll have to see on the last one, but so far the only one not to have a lightsaber fight is episode 2, Tatooine Rhapsody. Which makes that one the most unique, actually, that it doesn't end in a lightsaber fight. But I like the design of it. The hilt was very interesting, just like these different pieces and stuff on it. But I love the blade, because other episodes have done the sort of flat blade to make it look more like a katana blade. But I like that there was specific etchings within the blade itself, which, how does it do that? It's like this, beam of plasma or something. So how do you have etching? That doesn't matter. It looked awesome, It's like, the Force, I don't know. But I really like that, and I like the whole, discussing the rituals. Like, well, there was a Jedi, and then, the Jedi basically passed on the sword to one of their ancestors, and then this family has been passing it down for generations until eventually it is now passed on to Lop, who, despite not being a blood relative, is his daughter, which I did really like. And yeah, just that whole fight of like, oh, you got to save her and stuff, and her just sort of going off the deep end. And then at the end, she gets double cut across the chest, but she's fine. It's only a scratch, I hear like the Black Knight, and then flying away like Marty McFly, But yeah, it is sort of another one of those where it's like, well, I kind of want a bit more, I kind of want more of a show and stuff. But at the same time, it's like, well, I don't know how, like, I do kind of like that it's sort of, it's left almost open-ended, like, well, which side is right, you can definitely go a bit closer to Lop than Ochō, but you do understand Ochō. But I like that it kind of isn't solved at the end, But yeah, it really does feel like I just watched some, like, Shakespearean tragedy or something. Like, this poor family, like, just seeing is like, oh, she's this happy-go-lucky girl who takes in a stray bunny, and then they become a family. 7 years later, she has abandoned her family and is willing to kill her father and her sister, and she's gone nuts and has joined the Empire. And it's like, well, that sucks. That kind of sucks. Like, oh, well, I don't know. I guess we'll just stick with the bunny girl. So yeah, it's an interesting episode. I wasn't expecting it, but it was definitely good. I liked it. So, yeah. Where we will go, we've got one more episode left. One more episode of Star Wars Visions. And then after that, the Book of Boba Fett comes out in December, doesn't it? So I guess that'll be the next Star Wars thing we cover. But yeah. But that is basically it. With all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. There's a bunch of links on screen if you want to go click around to any of those. There's a playlist for all of my Star Wars Visions reactions, as well as another playlist for all of my Star Wars Bad Batch reactions, if you want to go check those out. There's also a subscribe button and a Patreon button on screen, as well as other links in the description if you want to go check out any of those. See you guys later.